What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today we're going to unbox and take a look at the brand new Huawei Mate 8. This is their new flagship device for 2016, packing a ton of cool features and specs, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and crack into this box, and you are presented with the phone right away. And this is available in a variety of colors, but this one is the black on gray. So we'll put this over there and see what else comes with it. So you're presented with 3 boxes here. The first one is your respective power plug for your country. And the second box, you will find a micro USB cord, which is standard affair here. And you will also get some headphones, which look pretty cool. And in this larger box, you will get some documentation, all sealed up in a nice presentation, and you also get a thin clear case. So I like when cases come inside the box. This should happen a lot more. Behind that box, you get a SIM card removal tool for your dual SIM capable Mate 8. Let's pull the plastic off of here, and we will get that satisfying screen protector removal here. And there it is, the brand new Mate 8. It's what we're familiar with Huawei devices. It's a unibody full metal enclosure with detailed chamfered edges, and you can also see the button detail. It flows and matches on the glass as well, with slight curvature, all in a thin package that just feels premium all around. It does have a 6-inch display, but the form factor is close to the Nexus 6P, so even though it's a larger display, they managed to keep it roughly the same size, which is really nice. It has a lot to do with these super small bezels on the sides, and it makes it easier to handle, so I'm digging the design overall. Speaking of the display, it's a 6-inch 1080p IPS panel covered with Gorilla Glass 4, and it looks fantastic. It's really high quality, it's sharp, it's vibrant in color, it's high in contrast, and it has great viewing angles. It's not quite as good as, let's say, an AMOLED panel, but it's really close. This is one of the better displays that I've seen this year so far, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. The multimedia experience is nice with the large screen, and coupled with the dual speakers on the bottom, which sound decent by the way, you should enjoy this. This thing also has a 4000 mAh battery, which they claim gives you 48 hours of battery life, and while I can't speak on that quite yet, the few days that I've spent with this phone, I can tell you that the battery life numbers are pretty impressive, so stay tuned. On the back, you get a 16 megapixel f2.0 Sony sensor with phase detection autofocus, and you also get the fingerprint scanner, which I personally love on the back because it feels natural, and I know not everyone agrees, but I personally love the placement, and it's very fast. It's just as fast as the ones we've seen on the Nexus 6P, the Mate S, or the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. You can also use that fingerprint scanner to trigger the shutter on your 8 megapixel front-facing camera. The chipset inside is a little different. It's running Huawei's own Kirin 950 Silicon, which is an octa-core processor with either 3GB of RAM or 4GB depending on the model you buy, and the new Mali T880 MP4 GPU. And on the benchmarks, this thing is a beast. You can see over 6,000 on the multi-core. That's pretty impressive. What's great is that this also translates to good performance, and that has a lot to do with the Mate 8 running the latest version of Android 6.0 Marshmallow. I can't lie, I geeked out a little bit over this. It does run a skin version of Android, which is Huawei's EMUI, but I found that it's snappy overall, especially if you turn off the stock animations. While I prefer stock Android and an actual app drawer, you can just fix that with another launcher. That's just the beauty of Android. There are some cool features like Knuckle Sense, where you can, for example, double tap on the screen with your knuckle to take a screenshot. And once I use this phone some more, I can give you a better sense of what the software is like. But for now, I'm using Nova Launcher with it, and I'm liking my experience so far. So let's get to the thing that most people want to know. How good is this new 16 megapixel camera? Well, so far the results are positive. The camera software is basic, the shutter is pretty quick, and you can just point and snap a great pic. But I started to dig into the menus and found a professional or manual mode, and I'm glad to say that this goes across both photos and video. This will give you the opportunity and controls to get that perfect shot, and there are a ton of features here on the settings to tweak as well. As far as the imaging, I'm impressed with it so far. The autofocus is fast, the images look sharp, and most importantly, I'm impressed with the low light quality. It's nice to pick up a device these days and be impressed with the camera, and I think this is one of them. While I haven't been able to fully test this camera yet, I'll put it through its paces and give you plenty of samples on a follow-up, and while it's not the perfect camera, on first impressions, I say it's pretty solid. The video's nice, but unfortunately I did not see an option for 4K video, but the optical image stabilization works great. So that about wraps it up for the unboxing and mini review of the new Huawei Mate 8. So what do you guys think of it? Let me know in the comment section below. I forgot to mention this does have a micro SD card for cheap expansion, so that's another win for the Mate 8. Slap that like button if you enjoyed this content, and follow me on social media to get more updates about this phone while I'm using it, and ask me questions there, and I will see you guys in the next video.